How you doing, folks? This is Dr. Chris Cueto, aka the Stick Doc, bringing you once again a few more goodies. So today I'm going to talk about a little bit more some shoulder mobility exercises using, once again, the HydroCore. I know I've been using the HydroCore a lot. I've been touting it, using it. There's a lot of versatility that you could use with it, especially with its own handles. Now these handles come attached right on the HydroCore, but you could actually easily take them out. These have a lot of great uses, and I think I've mentioned them before in my previous videos in my review on the HydroCore. Even the balls itself, you use them for some coordination work, which we're going to go through in some future videos. I could even go over a few myofascial or self-myofascial release with these too. But today we're going to go about the shoulder. Now, one thing I like about these handles is that you can actually use this for getting into some shoulder mobility work. Now, before I keep going on, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. So, with these handles, which I'm going to be demonstrating with one of our patients who was willing to volunteer for the work and is actually rehabbing a shoulder currently, this is something we could be using. So with this, a lot of times if we have an issue with our shoulder, and I'm one of them, as I work out a lot, as I train, we have a tendency to have lack of shoulder mobility, and that causes a lot of different complications of movement and injury. Such as for me, I have that difficulty of trying to get my shoulder in line with that external acoustic meatus or by the ear itself, which happens to be a lot of people. We have a tendency to be a little bit more forward, rounded shoulders, anterior forward carriage here too. What we're trying to do is create that better range and endpoint for our flexion and abduction of our shoulder. By doing so, if we don't have that, we have a tendency to injure it and even hyperextend our back, which again, I think I've mentioned before. So with this, with the handle, you could actually go ahead and do a few certain moves where we could actually bring it around and across and around over again and back. Once again, repeating up and around and across and back. From the side, up and around and across and back. From this side, up and around and across and back. This gives you more of a guide and more of that self-assurance and control over your range of motion of your shoulder itself. It's a great way, it's a great exercise, it's a great way to even warm up before you do any exercise for your upper extremities. And again, I'm going to demonstrate it too with one of my patients here who's also undergoing shoulder rehab. So here's one of my patients now rehabbing his shoulder. Again, using the ball handles, going through that range of motion. And the next clip, we're going to go through it in slow motion and explaining exactly what he's doing. So for this one, I'm emphasizing on how he has to keep his posture straight, excluding his head. He shouldn't be flexing it, he shouldn't be turning it in certain ways, making sure that he gets all range of motion into his shoulder with that handle. Now with this next clip, he has the HydroCore bag itself. This one adds a little bit more challenge as there's more weight distribution unevenly as he's going around. Now this is also called the 360 if you do a kettlebell or a club bell work. We're using this in the HydroCore. He's had experience also using the Bulgarian bag in a different way, of course, with the longer handles. So with this, he's also experiencing, like I said, the different inertia movements and different weight distribution, which gives him a little bit more of a challenge. Again, but at the same time, we're still focusing a lot on that range of motion of his shoulders, keeping his posture, keeping his head straight, making sure he does proper form. This helps him with his rehab. Okay, well, there you have it. A simple exercise that we could do using the HydroCore handles themselves, as well as moving into the HydroCore bag as it is. Now remember, these are called the 360s, which you'll probably see in a lot of kettlebell work, mace work, and even Indian clubs. They all have the same mechanism. They may actually feel slightly different in different apparatus. For example, with this, even as my patient had mentioned, when he uses the Bulgarian bag with the same movement, definitely feels a lot more with the shoulder work when he does this type of routine with the handles and with the HydroCore bag. Okay, so if you wanted more information, please visit our website at www.haroldspiritchiropractic.com. And stay tuned for more great informational videos regarding to rehab, prehab, chiropractic work, physical therapy, martial arts training, health and fitness, as well as strength and conditioning. See you soon.